All right,
What we doing live?
about to get started here.
Echoes in eternity.
Leopard, what's up, man? What we doing live? Echoes in eternity. Alright, so we're going to have Celts versus the Persians on equal footing. If you will be so kind as to give me a moment. Come on, game, show up. There it is. What? Why are you like this? I got it all messed up. There we go. Alright, Eery is pausing the game real quick, which is fine because I was all discombobulated anyway. Alright, we're back to good to go. We got... I'm going to turn on our music since I didn't get any music going otherwise. Alright, so we've got Eery as the Blue Celts in the south. We've got Recon as the Red Persians. Actually, I'm going to change again. I like this a wee bit better. Oh, whoa. It's all messed up, though. Son of a gun. Sorry, guys. I should have been better prepared. Alright. Should be good enough. Alright. Recon is getting a fast racks down. Eery's got his fast racks down as well. Got some scouting done. Getting a few hunt kills over here on the east. Mini goats. Mini goats. We like the goats. The scout has found the spearman and is making short work of following it all the way to the base. So Recon is prepared for this. He's going ahead and researching aid tent. So he's preparing for that fast push. Several goats for Recon as well. Spar bar coming out now. Seems better. Bringing in the scout for a little bit of healing. Eery amassing some spears over here on the east. May look to push in, but the window of opportunity is closing quickly. Recon does now have a tent and several Sparabara up to the 4 spearmen of Eery, and these spearmen are fairly squishy as spearmen go anyway. Sparabara don't have a ton of DPS, but they are pretty beefy. 240 max health, 9 DPS compared to, I believe, the 11 DPS, no, excuse me, 12 DPS of the spearmen, but only 150 health. So, and infantry armor is 3. I believe it's also 3 here. Yes, it is. But a little beefier, these Sparabara are. Engagement coming in here. 1 spearman down for Eery. Eery trying to focus fire, but this aid tent is going to be very advantageous for Recon in this engagement. Another spearman down for Eery. Eery significantly losing this engagement thus far. Lost 2 spearmen really for no gain. So trying to push in, trying to find an opening in the defense of Recon here, but nothing thus far. Meanwhile, Recon is content to head to H2. Working on some goats, working on some stone. It's looking like he'll be ready for his second town center once he's in age 2. As is Eery. Eery's headed to age 2, gathering with several villagers from Stone, trying to catch up a little bit here. Up to 10 spearmen. 8 Sparabara, though, for Recon, so Eery's not going to be able to find much of an opening here. Get the old stream pulled up here. Alright, Eery's pushing in again on this storehouse. Is probably going to get this storehouse, so that'll be a nice little pickup there. 50 wood's going to stop these villagers from gathering for a few moments. Loses 1 spearman. So if we're talking strict resource to resource, 40 food for 50 wood. And again, some lost gathering time. Looks like he might get 1 Sparabara here. He does. 7 Sparabara to the now 8 spearmen. May get this scout if Recon doesn't respond quickly. He does respond. Scout's out of there. Longswordsman onto the field for Eery. Got some pretty cool Sparta gear on. These long swords are going to start joining the fray here. Will it be enough to turn the tide in Eery's favor? Long swords are very powerful units, and it is going to be enough. So Eery is going to bring down several Sparabara, get a villager, and get this storehouse yet again. Second town center very forward here for Eery. Well, not very forward, but fairly forward. Kind of in the front of the base there, whereas Recon opted to go for the second town center, essentially right on top of his first town center. So he's going for an archery range, which is going to be good against the Celtic infantry, but Eery is prepared for this, is getting down an archery range, Sacred Grove, so he's going to be bringing out some slingers, some druids, and with those empowered slingers and some nice micro, the bowmen will fall swiftly. But these Asabara perhaps will be the deciding factor. Celts do not get their cavalry until age 3. And the Asabara are pretty decent as cavalry go. So, again, we'll see how Eery chooses to deal with the Asabara. And indeed, an Asabara raid coming in on the eastern side of the map here. These villagers may get caught. I don't know if Recon is aware of them. He does know the storehouse is there, so... But he's opting to go in for the tree line. Eery, very quick to respond. May lose 1 villager. Needs to keep moving him. Hurry! Spearman coming in to protect against the Asabara. Again, plenty of slingers on the field now. A druid in the mix as well. So... Eery is prepared for this composition of Recon. Choosing not to go in yet, though. He would easily win this engagement. He's still just kind of gathering information, circling the base as if he were a shark around a vulnerable carcass. More Asabara coming in on the west now. Storehouse providing some nice line of sight in this back door to the base. Pushing in now, Eery is on the northern part of Recon's base here. May get an archery range for his troubles. He does not. He needs to get these slingers on top of the bowmen. These bowmen are just raining hellfire down upon the infantry, and Eery was not able to get his slingers onto the bowmen. So, of course, Recon working with a nice choke point here in his base. Does have a guard tower down as well. Eery has some reinforcements now on the other side of Recon's base. So does he go for a pincer movement, or is he going to elect to try to get his forces together? If he were to push in, he'd see this guard tower going down. He may be able to prevent it, but he is opting for some spears to deal with these Asabara, so probably a good choice. Recon doing his best to send out his Asabara kind of all over the map. Recon otherwise is relegated to his base, but for his Asabara, Eery meanwhile is still trying to jostle for position. It does look like he's going to elect to try to bring his forces together. He may want to get a wall up here on either side of his base to protect against these Asabara raids. A couple are low health. Has a few spearmen. Probably going to need more spearmen than that, though, against a good 9 Asabara. These Asabara are going to come in perhaps for this tree line again, perhaps for this hunt over here again. We shall see. It looks like, yeah, going to go for this hunt. A few spears here to protect, but again, not going to be enough. So Eery needs to react to this. Meanwhile, nice engagement here at the front of Recon's base. So a couple battles going on right now. These slingers are going to finally be able to get onto those bowmen. So this battle is going to go in Eery's favor at Recon's base. Recon is going to bring these Asabara home to aid in this battle, but also to run away from these spearmen. Eery streaming units across the map. Needs to get these additional units into this fray here. Needs to get these slingers onto the bowmen. And some longswords onto this guard tower to bring down the guard tower. Recon, however, has hit the Silver Age. So great timing there for Recon to hit the Silver Age. Not so much in terms of resources, but does make these town centers a little bit beefier and provides some extra defense, especially given the fact that we've got 2 town centers and a guard tower right on top of each other. So Recon very centered in his base, very tight knit base right now for Recon. Catch these reinforcements off guard here and get those guys down. Get a couple procs while they're at it. This Asabara force of 14 is quite sizable. Again, Eery may consider getting up some walls right now because these Asabara are going to be difficult to deal with. He does have some spearmen at home, but again, it's not going to be enough to defend against that large force of Asabara. Eery's going to push onto these houses, though. He's going to get maybe 2, possibly 3 houses. So that'll be nice. Recon trying to establish himself on the eastern corner of the map here. Perhaps get ready for a market placement over there. No, excuse me. It looks like instead he is going for market placement on the western side of the map. Got a couple stray goats over here. Bringing the Asabara home. Again, trying to prepare for, or trying to turn the tide of these engagements at home. These mounted archers are going to be able to turn the tide in his favor. So Eery still just trying to figure out this defensive Recon. He can't really crack the code here. Eery may consider going to age 3 himself. He is up a decent ways in terms of population on Recon by about 30 or 40, 32, 40. Asabara coming in once again. And again, a few slingers, or I'm sorry, a few spearmen here to defend, but just the critical mass of Asabara are going to make very short work of these spearmen. Bringing in some more spearmen as well. Another push coming in here. Again, more houses going down, so Recon, if he's not careful, is going to be housed. He is responding very quickly to this loss of houses. Asabara on top of the slingers, so bad positioning there for Eery. He's going to fall back. Again, these Asabara right now are just the determining factor. The Celts do not have an answer really for these Asabara in Age 2. But for these fairly weak spearmen. Now, he has gotten the Spearman Champion upgrade. But it's not going to be enough. Again, as Recon increases his number of Asabara. In comes Recon. Going to try to go for this archer range. Get a few villagers. And Eery just has nothing at home to defend against this. 3 spearmen are just not going to cut it. Down goes the archer range. Eery, meanwhile, trying to push in and again, still crack this defensive Recon, but he's not able to get anything done. He is pushing in quite far into these town centers now. Is going to be able to decimate the army of Recon. Recon bringing in the Asabara, though, so these Asabara are going to sandwich these slingers between the town centers and the Asabara. So nice flank there from Recon. And Eery's army is just melting. Might get a few villagers here. Recon needs to, I'm sorry, Eery needs to try to establish some map control. Really, he's only got this center channel. Recon has the vision and now some defenses going down on either side of the map here. And he's able to have his market up and running free of charge. Eery, meanwhile, no market yet. And really no map control. Eery just losing units by the dozens. He's going to push onto this gold mine, though. He's going to try to deny these gold mines as long as possible. But really, he needs to be able to deny this market to really suffocate Recon. And if he positions his army here, he is going to see this market line. So he is now going to be able to deal the damage directly to the caravans, which could work just as well. Asabara again coming in to Eery's base. Gonna deal a significant amount of damage to these villagers, most likely. Yeah, several villagers gonna go down. Let's get a villager count. 74 and dropping to 68. So Eery was quite a bit ahead of Recon, but no longer. Lost about 5 or 6 villagers there. He's going to bring some units over here, but he is going to meet this fortress head on and lose all of his slingers here if he doesn't respond. So Eery again, just he's got the pressure, but as of yet he has been unable to crack this Recon code. Yeah, Pharaohs, no horses yet. Eery is now finally headed to age 3, so he will finally be able to get up some stables, get some spearmen into the mix. I'm sorry, some horsemen into the mix. Again, losing several villagers to these Asabara raids, just absolutely critical here. Eery is maxed out in population as soon as the rest of his units pop here, but again, he's just going to lose so much to these Asabara. Another raiding party over here of mostly mounted archers. Eery now is an age 3, throwing up a town center. I suspect we'll see some stables soon. He's got a market in home. I guess Eery has essentially relinquished control of the map to Recon. He is making a big push on the eastern side of the map here. He is going, or the eastern side of Recon's base. He's going to get several villagers for his troubles, so he's going to deny this stone mine and get a few villagers there. But again, Recon just pretty much completely controls the map at this point. So Mock says PvP of AoE is really chaos. It is quite chaotic, especially at the high level. There are lots of engagements going on all over the map. Could be a potentially nice pincer there from Eery, but not fast enough. This cavalry obviously has the speed advantage over the infantry, and Eery has chosen to split his forces here, leaving some at home. Looks like he's going to bring them together now, so a very decent-sized army from Eery, and Eery is headed to 180 population at this point. Recon has yet to hit that 180 population. He does have several technology upgrades, though. Just now getting some armory upgrades. Eery is. These Woad Raiders are going to be able to do decently against these mounted archers as ranged units, but they will not do so well against Asabara. But he does have a nice mass of Woad Raiders, so it could be enough just by sheer numbers. He is also fighting under this town center, so yeah, it looks like Recon is going to not take that engagement, which is interesting because the Woad Raiders being at home, you know, usually you see Woad Raiders doing raiding, but in that instance, Eery had them for defense. So interesting choice there from Eery. He does bring down this fortress, and he is now going to be able to get this market. So Eery now choosing to try to establish a little bit more map control. He is establishing a market line of his own. He is going to see that Recon is going to attempt to reestablish his market on the eastern corner of the map here. So both players are going to try to get control of this eastern side, but it looks like Recon may get the better end of the bargain. No, instead he's going to bring his cavalry back instead of going to establish his foothold in the eastern side of the map. These Woad Raiders may bring down this fortress. They are quite squishy as infantry go. Some other forces for Eery moving in on the western side of Recon's base here. He's going to try to move these Woad Raiders away. He needs to get the Woad Raiders on top of the mounted archers. Yeah, these Woad Raiders are now melting very quickly against the Asabara. Asabara champion, in fact. And now Recon is going to be free to move his cavalry here to deny this market for Eery. He's going to get several villagers. Lots of villagers in trouble right here for Eery as well. Almost 20 villagers on that gold mine. Meanwhile, Eery kind of moving around with his slingers here. Where are the rest of his forces? He's getting a lot of Woad Raiders here in the middle of the map. 30, working on 40 Woad Raiders. Eery trying to be a nuisance here in the base of Recon with these slingers. Both players at this point trying to see if they can establish their market lines. Again, with this sheer number of Woad Raiders, they're going to be able to kill these Asabara, and the mounted archers are going to be forced to retreat, as are the caravans. Or actually, the caravans, it looks like, may be trying to work their way down to the market, but danger ahead. So they are going to have to sit tight for the time being. Immortals onto the field now for Recon, though, and these Immortals are going to be really, really great against these Woad Raiders. Immortals are great in general, but the population for Eery is just dropping drastically. Eery's going to be getting out some bowmen now. Still no stables. Interesting choice from Eery. You know, you'd think he'd want the stables not just for the horsemen now to deal with the Asabara, but also for age 4 if the game comes to it, to get out those Carpentums. Very powerful Carpentums. Eery is going to lose most of these villagers. Going to have to delete that fort. He's going to lose these villagers, most of them. Man, wow. Eery just cannot get back above 140 population. You know, one reason Eery is not choosing to go for horsemen are these mounted archers are just very good, very quick, and deal great damage to cavalry. So Eery reckons that horsemen will not be enough in this matchup, instead electing for the mobile, strong Woad Raiders, Wood Raiders do have 9 speed, which is pretty quick for infantry. Compare it to the, say, 6 of the Immortals. These Immortals are just so strong. Recon now solidifying his control of the map with some walls on both the eastern and western sides. And pretty forward are these walls as well. So it looks like Recon is wanting to try to establish a bit of a stranglehold. I'm not sure why Eery didn't choose... Okay, he is sending a few Woad Raiders back to kill that villager. But he's going to call a GG. Big push in here on the right. And he's not going to be able to deal with that. So, GG. Baba Gabba, what's up, my man? Sumac predicted Eery. Oof, unfortunately, the prediction did not come true. Yeah, Pharaoh's Recon was kind of destitute for mines, but he did slowly establish control of the map and gained control of pretty much all the resources. So, GG, Baba Gabba in the chat. Good to see you, buddy. Stables versus mounted archers. Yeah, Ace, exactly. Yeah, he chose not to go for the horsemen because those mounted archers are just very strong, so very mobile. Doing custom games or something with the community. So kind of a little bit of both. I'm casting some high-level players right now in Age of Empires Online. We're just doing, you know, kind of custom PvP matches in Age of Empires Online. So it's not an official community stream, but I did do one community challenge. I guess it was, what is today, 15th? Yeah, so last Saturday. That was a lot of fun on the official channel. Alright guys, let's see if we can get another opponent for Recon. Recon is willing to play another game. Ace, you want to play Recon? 1v1? Or if you guys want to hit up the Discord for me, see if anybody is available. We'll look at some stats as I'm trying to multitask here. Let me know what you guys think in chat. Let me know what you guys think about Eery's response. What do you think Eery's best play was there to deal with the mounted archers and the immortals? Do you think his best bet was to kind of turtle and boom and try to hit age 4 and get out some carpentums? Or do you think he should have tried horsemen? What do you guys think? Let's see. You need to send me an invite again to the Discord. Roger that. Here. Yeah, we've been, Ryan, me and Hugh been playing some Siege, man. It's been a lot of fun. Going to eat, I'll catch a raccoon some other day. Alright, Ace. Yeah, that's true, Pharos. You're right. In terms of turtling, Eery didn't really have the map control to be able to do that. He was out of gold. No gold mines in base. He lost control of this one. This was his only gold mine. So maybe horses with archers, but he did that lots of times. Probably wanted to try something new. Yeah, it was an interesting play to go for the Woad Raiders, but he didn't get the Woad Raiders on top of the mounted archers enough. Did have some. I didn't even notice that he did have some horsemen towards the end there, though. So.